Hey everybody, this is Mattie with Altcoin Buzz. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. We're going to take a look at a few different stories. We're going to cover this whole issue of whether NANO has forked. There are some details surrounding that. They're a little bit technical. So we're going to walk through it. There's been a resolution of sorts since yesterday's video, so now's a good time to take a look at that story in its totality. But let's first take a look at the market, which is doing okay, and it's up a little bit. Now, guys, caveat, of course, it could go right back down as soon as you watch this video, as soon as we release it. Who knows? I'm not saying it's going to stay this way. I'm not saying it's going to continue to go up, but we do have some positive movement since yesterday. And let's even just speak more anecdotally. I want to talk about the biggest gainers. So we do have a market cap that's been risen a little bit since yesterday's video, but if we take a look at some of the biggest gainers since yesterday, this is what really caught my eye. The top three right here, you have Cortex at nearly 70%, NANO and VeChain up nearly 50% and up well over 100% where it was just a few days ago. So I want to take a look at these individually just to see what's going on, because I, for one, have never heard of Cortex, and I think this recent bump of nearly 70% has bumped it now into the top 100. So Cortex is an AI on blockchain, the decentralized artificial intelligence autonomous system. So this seems to be the big news with Cortex, is that it's been listed by Bithumb. So they retweeted this. Notice, Populous and Cortex will be listed on Bithumb today. Visit Bithumb website and trade newly listed cryptocurrencies. So that's obviously a big boost for them to be listed on Bithumb. And if this is something that you guys would like to learn more about, perhaps we'll cover it in the future. Let us know if you're familiar with Cortex and if you'd like to hear more about them on Altcoin Buzz. Looking at NANO, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of news that NANO has to warrant the price bump. So perhaps, I don't know, maybe it was just that oversold. It's hard to say. But there is this issue that perhaps contributed, at least in part, to the positive price action. So this is from yesterday. Today, the beta network running version 15 hummed along at 200 transactions per second without breaking a sweat. A larger stress test is planned for tomorrow at 10 a.m. EDT, which is 2 p.m. GMT. Let's find out what it can really do. Join us at chat.nano.org. So maybe a combination of that, maybe a combination of an oversold status as far as the price, but NANO doing a great job, performing well price-wise. And then you have VeChain, which as far as news and whatnot, I don't think there's been a whole lot. There was this tweet from nearly a day ago now, 22 hours ago at the time of this recording, introducing the new economic node maturity period wave event, that's a mouthful, where you could gain up to 60 days of additional VTHO rewards. Okay, well, that's good, but I mean, I don't think that warranted the price hike that we saw. I mean, we've got to remember that VeChain was, so we're sitting at 1.5 cents now, nearly. VeChain on August 13th was 0.006 something. So in the last few days, we've gone up substantially. And this is a big project. This is already creeping up on $1 billion market cap. So major movement out of VeChain, and not financial advice, even though it's a retrospective comment. But I'm happy to say I did pick some up on the dip. And there's no other market that you can find these kinds of returns. That's just insane. So maybe as with NANO, maybe VeChain was just, very, very oversold. Not too sure. If you have some other insight that perhaps I've missed, because I'm not really seeing any major announcements here for VeChain. I think it's more a function of the fact that, it was just oversold and it was a bargain. And once people started scooping it up, it was natural that it was going to move back up. So let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if there's some other gainers that you were excited about in these last few days or that you were able to capitalize on. It's not across the board. You seem to have some projects that are really punctuated by a lot of sudden growth, and the others are kind of marginally up or so, or maybe even flat. But it's nice to be invested in those that really spike and really moon, even if only over the course of a day or two. So let us know what you guys think in the comments below. We're looking now at NEO, which has undergone I guess what you could call a fork. And it's amazing to see that NEO is under $18. The price is so much lower than it was just a few months ago. And there's all this discussion of a fork recently. So if you've heard about this, Maybe you're technically savvy enough to know exactly what's happening. I'm certainly not. So we're going to take a look at the NEO Reddit here for a brief overview of what's happening. So how did NEO, quote, fork? As the community is well aware, NEO has just suffered from an accidental fork, which came at a surprise to many, as it was thought that NEO was not able to fork. Yeah, that was everybody's impression. NEO was designed to be, quote, unforkable. The fork happened due to a known issue, which is a theme that we're going to come back to. So the fork happened due to a known issue with the state machine replication algorithm, dBFT, delegated Byzantine fault tolerance. So we're not going to read all of this. It is a little bit dry perhaps, but there it is. We'll link to this in the description below if you want to read more about the official response on the NEO Reddit. I would really recommend this response as well by EdgeGasm, who I don't know what his affiliation or her affiliation is, but really nice response here that does help to summarize the details of it. For example, in NEO's case, we don't encounter the issue of 50% transactions going on one fork and 50% of transactions going on the other. Two blocks were propagated at the same block height, but this stalls consensus instead of letting the two sides of the fork continue as independent chains. I'll leave it there, but if you want to read about the technical details more than that, then do be free to do so. We're going to link to this, as I said. Basically, what happened was you had this decentralized exchange Switcheo that halted trading due to NEO blockchain, which wasn't producing any new blocks. So it was found that the NEO blockchain had encountered a fork. That was the perception. And they launched a request to fix it from there. So if we go over to Switcheo, if we go over to Switcheo, you can follow the trail of events here starting on August 15th. So trading has been halted due to the NEO blockchain not generating any new blocks. Trading will automatically resume once our transactions are cleared on the blockchain. In the meantime, we ask for your patience and thank you for your understanding and support. Also from August 15th, NGD has advised that the NEO blockchain has encountered a fork, which is atypical. The fix is estimated to take 1 hour. We will keep track of the situation and update everyone when trading can resume. And here, the latest update from just 18 hours ago at the time of this recording, our nodes have now synced up with the NEO blockchain once again. Trading will resume within a few minutes. Thank you for your patience during the downtime. And if you're not familiar with Switcheo, they are the world's, self-described, world's first multi-chain decentralized exchange, now available for NEO and NEP5 tokens. So there it is. How did they go about trying to fix it? Well, you can take a look at their efforts here on GitHub. Not to go through all of this, but this is where they launched a pull request to fix it. So we'll link to this in the GitHub. If you're interested in reading more about what happened with NEO, how they tried to fix it and patch it up. And on NEO Tracker, we're going down for maintenance to resynchronize the chain due to the fork that happened about an hour ago. Once we have an ETA, we will update from here. So that was from August 15th. Again, this was a known issue. That's just something I want to stress. It wasn't quite an anomaly, but it was a very, if I'm understanding the details correctly, it was a very unlikely occurrence. So they actually had fixes in place that were already contingencies to be used in just such an event. However, my understanding is that they were actually under development, and this so-called fork occurred a little bit prematurely to the point that they weren't able to implement some of those fixes and some of those safeguards. But there you have it. If there's any new information on this, of course, we will keep you all updated out there in the altcoin buzz army. Just a little quick update at the end of today's video. I thought this was an interesting piece here. So you have the LinkedIn co-founder Eric Lee joins Monarch Blockchain Corporation. Not too bad. A little bit of cross-pollination here as far as talent in the blockchain and tech space. So American fintech company Monarch Blockchain Corporation announces that LinkedIn co-founder Eric Lee joined its advisory board. Eric Lee is the co-founder and CTO mastermind behind the career-focused social networking behemoth LinkedIn. He has extensive blockchain experience, degrees from both Stanford and MIT, and recently founded Hub, a protocol that builds trust between transaction parties to help eliminate scammers in the ICO space. Good, we need more of that. Lee will be actively working on Monarch's advisory board, giving guidance from his experience in creating a $26 billion technology company. Not too bad. So let's just keep an eye on that. There's not too much more to report on it at the moment, but it's an interesting collision of worlds right there. So do be sure to let us know what you think about that particular development. And guys, do be sure you're following Altcoin Buzz and Altcoin Buzz News on Twitter. Hey, if you like this video, leave us a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and click the bell to receive notifications. Follow us, as you know, on Facebook, on Telegram, on Instagram. Check out yesterday's video or our most recent video here, along with altcoinbuzz.io. And Altcoin Buzz Army, if you choose to invest, I wish you happy investing. We'll see you again soon in a new video. Have a great day.